Hi, beautiful people. So I'm out here in Costa Rica still, and I am definitely in high energy. Literally, I'm in the greatest energy of all time. There's a goat. There's a literal goat across the street from where I'm staying. Yeah. So my journey doing workaway in Costa Rica so far has been pretty good, pretty successful. Not as simple and straightforward as it was in Mexico and Belize. I feel like there's fewer people that were trying to work in Mexico and Belize, so I was able to scoop up opportunities. But there's more competition here in Costa Rica, but that doesn't matter. I was really excited to start the journey going to Santa Cruz. A family accepted my invitation to come and help their daughter with English. So I've been living with the family in Guanacaste, Costa Rica, and living on their property with chickens, and everything's just been so amazing. The family's so nice. I've been learning a lot of Spanish and learning a lot about like rural country life. So that's been really nice. And they host people from all over the world. So like they were telling me how they had an Indian girl. She was actually South African, but obviously looked Indian. But yeah, I'm sharing my journey because I want people to know what life is like outside of the country, right? Like outside of the US. And I understand that not everybody really gets to travel, and not everybody really understands that they want to like not everybody has the desire to travel. Maybe they don't know how much it would benefit them. Like they can't even fathom it. But one thing I do want to mention is how the mom that I'm staying with, speaking of not being able to fathom certain things, like I was having a conversation with the mother who I'm staying with, and she was asking me like, "Hey, like do you talk to your mom?" Like cuz I'm here, right? Like I'm in the same house. It's a small, very humble Costa Rican house, and so she can hear all the conversations I do or don't have, and mostly I've been talking to my boyfriend, so um I guess she just got curious. But she asked me like, "So, how's your mom doing?" And I was just honest with her and let her know that like, yeah, I'm not really the closest with my mom, because whenever I do try to like share my life with her, it's just met with criticism and judgment and disapproval. Basically, like I live a very unconventional life, and so I could understand how somebody would be opposed to it, but I just sometimes don't understand how like, given the context of who I am and what I've done up until this point and like all the beautiful experiences I've had, like how would you not be able to grasp the fact that I want to continue traveling and living my unconventional life, like I don't have kids to feed, so I don't have to have such security. Like we just come from two different realities. So, and that's what the mom was trying to tell me. Like the mom was just like, you know, your mom is still a mom at the end of the day, so don't try to like just don't talk to her. Like maybe don't have phone conversations with her, but definitely send her videos, like send her pictures, spark her curiosity, or she's curious, so feed her curiosity. And I was like, that's great advice. That's a great idea, because sometimes I feel sad that I don't get to share my life with my mom, because for one, I can't share it with my dad. My dad passed away 4 years ago. So I would like to share my life, like naturally we want to do that. We want to share it with our loved ones, our family members. But yeah, it's just, I always regret sharing things with my mom because of how she reacts. So sometimes it gets lonely knowing that I really don't have too much of my nuclear family to depend on. I have a lot of extended family, and I have a community. I have a lot of chosen friends, chosen family members that of course support my lifestyle. But side note, but this is me picking oranges from this tree. They're green, but yeah, oranges are typically orange. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, I'm still in Costa Rica, going on month 2. I'm thinking about doing Airbnb for my final 2 weeks here in Costa Rica, because, like, in the city too, like, because don't, I don't know, like, maybe I'll go to the water. I kind of just, like, traveling can kind of be a lot, like, and I don't really want to be around too many people, like too many foreigners and stuff. So I think I'm just gonna get like a really nice Airbnb and meditate there, continue to do my work. I've been having a lot of spiritual progress lately. And another side note, but I went to like a dog contest, which was super cute. But anyway, yeah, so I'll keep y'all posted. I have one more week or one more month, actually 3 weeks left in Costa Rica. So that's super exciting to go back to Atlanta. It's going to be cold, but I think I'll be okay. Anyway, this is just a quick update. I just want to get these videos out so I can delete them off my phone because they take up so much space. But yeah, if future me, if you're listening to this, shout out to you. Every single day you are having grace with yourself. You're staying focused on your goals and your passions, right? Like learning Spanish has been number one whenever I travel to Spanish speaking countries. Like that's typically what's happening, and just to get a deeper grasp of the culture and of different cultures, and just to continuously remind myself that there's not only one way to live, and sometimes there's other practices that I can implement into my life that can make my life more efficient. Like I don't know everything, I wasn't taught everything, I haven't learned everything. So, and there are certain ways in like for example, I learned my first time moving to Costa Rica, I learned to bring my toothbrush with me everywhere so that I can brush my teeth after I eat meals. Like it's super typical for people to just be brushing. Like when I went to college out here, and it was after lunchtime, like everybody would just be in the bathroom brushing their teeth. Like there's certain practices and customs that we can learn and embrace that we wouldn't have learned otherwise. You know, you can't learn everything from documentaries and from movies. So for me, traveling and being on the ground and being in nature too, like that's been one of my favorite parts about being out here, is just really being able to be in close proximity with these trees, man, with the trees and the bees and the birds and the butterflies, and learning so much about Earth and myself, of course, and culture, of course. So you're doing good. I'm proud of you, and I know things are only going to get better, and you have the tools to get through anything. You know, to hold on to your peace, to hold on to your stillness, to not let anything shake you too much, to shift your vibration, shift your thoughts, and to always be thankful and grateful for what you have. Like you have a bed, you have access to so much food. I'm full right now. Like I have food access to me. I have clean water available to me that I didn't have to pay for. You know, that didn't come from bottled water. I have money on me if I need. Like I can withdraw $1,000 if I really needed to right now from my checking account. Thank God I don't have to, but I could if I really needed to. And I'm preparing financially, you know. One thing I will say though, that future me, I hope you get it under control, is taxes. I am an American at the end of the day, so I would like to learn how to do my taxes. And since I work freelance, I have to do quarterly taxes, and there's sometimes fees for not paying those taxes up front. So that is something that I am open to and currently attracting. I need to manifest a CPA, a tax advisor, something of the sort, so that I can be on top of things financially, and so that I can hold the money. Because something that I've learned out here is that money, there's so many terms that are related to water when it comes to money, right? And so I think of money and having it as like, okay, yes, you accumulate it. So you have think of it like a pool, right? Like you have a pool and you start to accumulate it, right? But if there's a hole in your pool, right, not like an in-ground pool, but let's say like one of those plastic pools or whatever, you have a vessel. The whole point is that you have a vessel that can hold water. It could store your cash for you, right? So you have a reserve of money. But if there's holes in your pool, in your vessel, then that money's going to leak out. And taxes are a very, very tricky type of hole that, you know, depending on how much attention we give it, we can patch it up completely to where we don't ever really have to pay taxes or pay very little, you know. Or if we just kind of ignore it, that hole is gonna just get bigger. And so I'm aware of that, and I would like to address it. And so that's something that I know that by the time I'm listening to this, assuming this is like a couple years from now, hopefully even sooner, that I have a grasp on it and I have a deeper understanding of it, and I have attracted somebody who I trust that works in this department. If not me, like this could even be me, because I am passionate about finances. And so eventually I know I'm gonna need to like get more detailed and organized with spreadsheets and with my finances. As I'm attracting more money, I understand that I need to be a more responsible steward of the money, a more responsible keeper of the water. And I'm grateful for that realization, and I'm grateful in advance for the assistance and for the help and for the guidance and for the wisdom and the information regarding taxes, period. Anyway, I love you so much. You're doing an amazing job, and continue being present. Continue breathing deeply. You got this, okay? You're creating your life. You're creating a beautiful life, by the way. You're being mindful of where your attention is, and you're keeping your vibe high. And that's what's important. You're being honest. You're moving from your heart. You're trusting in the process. You're not too deep into the visualizations of the future, and you're not constantly stressing out and worrying about the past either. So I love you so much. Continue being you. Peace and prosperity.